guys, this is Zach from Watches on You, and today we are at JB Hudson Jewelers and we are going to be reviewing a very special limited edition Bell & Ross. This is the Bell & Ross Aero GT Orange limited edition to only 500 models. So now we're going to take this down to the pad and get a closer look at it. Okay guys, so here's the watch engager detail, and right away here I'm going to go over the watch's case. So the case is a 42mm stainless steel case, and it is in Bell & Ross's usual square configuration with screws at each corner and beveled edges on the circular bezel and also around the edges of the case, which I really like because they're polished and it contrasts very well with the brushed stainless steel aspects. Now, one interesting thing on this case is the Chrono Pusher and the crown, where they actually colored it orange, and I really like that because it really complements the dial very well, and I like just how you can differentiate the Chrono Pushers. I think it just gives it a very unique look. But there's also one more interesting, and that's actually on the case back. They do a window for the balance wheel as well as telling you the example number, and I think it's just really interesting. Usually when you see any sort of clear case back, it's the entire case back, but in this instance they only do it with the little balance wheel there, and I think that's kind of neat. You don't really see that on many other watches. So now moving on to the main feature, which is the dial. So this uses a modified ETA chrono movement, and they skeletonized it. And I really like the way they skeletonized it. It's actually a lot, like I saw this watch in pictures before and I didn't think, oh, it doesn't look that high quality, but actually in person it looks really high quality. And the reason they gave it that look is because it was actually based off a car designed by a designer at Bell & Ross that was made to look kind of like their watches, and then they made a watch that was designed after the car. So it's kind of a weird train of designs, but I think the end product is actually very good. It's obviously a lot more brash. You won't be wearing this in a suit at all, but this is like a sports watch. I think it looks very cool. You're definitely going to stick out from the crowd. I don't know of any other watches that look really any close to this. So yeah, I really like it. And I love the orange stainless steel in the skeletonization. It looks very, very cool. So now I'll demonstrate the chronograph. So the chronograph is your standard start-stop for the top pusher, and then this is your reset. Now, you have an orange tip second hand, which makes it a bit easier to read, and I would say, though, this dial, and just in general, is not that hard to read. And one thing being is, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but that actually says Bell & Ross right there on the crystal. I didn't notice that at first, because it's kind of hard to see with the skeletonization, but yeah, this dial is... If you have a hard time reading watch dials, and I don't know if any of you do, this is going to be a tougher watch dial to read. But so now I'll reset the chrono. So you stop with the top one, reset. And so your subdials you can see is you have your running seconds at the 12 o'clock subdial. You have your hour subdial for the chronograph at 6 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, you have your minute dial for the chronograph. So the chronograph tracks all seconds, minutes, and hours, which is very useful in timing, especially for racing, which this watch is kind of made to, that's what this watch is designed for. So now I'll do a wrist shot. So excuse me here, I'm just going to take off my glove, because I know some of you guys have commented you want me to do the wrist shots on my left hand. So here you go. So there it is. It doesn't wear as large as I thought it would. It does wear quite large, especially with the strap. I mean, I've never seen a strap this wide. Just look at my finger compared to the thickness. It's not even close. But it's more comfortable than I originally thought it would, and it does wear a little smaller than I thought it would. But I'd say still, if you have a small wrist, this would not be the one to do. But if you like big brash watches that just for sports, this one is absolutely perfect, especially if you like just looking at the movement. I think it's very cool. You can see a little perlage by the date window there, that nice orange stainless steel. I think it looks very nice. So thank you in conclusion here, this watch is available here at JB Hudson. We'll leave in a link in the description for it. It's available here for $8,800, and I think that's actually pretty good value for money. Because it's a limited edition, only 500 pieces. Like Omega, I know they've done somewhere, it's like a limited edition of 7,000. It's like, that's not very limited now, is it? 500 is a little more limited. I mean, I would wish for it to be a little cheaper than that, but I mean, it's so unique and limited, I think that you can justify that price a little bit, and that's my opinion on it, at least. So thank you for watching this video, and remember to subscribe to the channel and see our other videos. Thank you.